Welcome everyone. This is Monday evening Yin Yoga Flow. So remember, Yin Yoga is a grounded practice meant to center you, and also we're going to be engaging in some deep tissue stretch. So the postures are held longer than you normally would. So all you need is yourself, someplace to spread out and move, a mat, and if you can, maybe a strap or a block. No worries if you don't have those though. In place of a strap, you can use a tea towel, maybe a belt, and a block, lots of different things, foam roller. So go ahead and gather what you need and we'll get started really shortly. Again, my name is Char, and thank you for coming today. So there will be cats joining us, I'm just warning y'all. In and out they will probably go. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. So find the center of your mat, and let's find Tadasana, that strong mountain pose. Maybe today you need a wide, stable base support. So bring the feet much wider than the hips. Maybe today you're looking for that little bit of instability. So clip those big toes together, and then clip the heels together like Dorothy. Extend the palms. Track your knees right over your ankles, and this is your traditional Tadasana. Glutes are tight to control. Maybe you want to be somewhere in the center, so you find your feet hip-width apart, making sure those toes are tracking forward. And wherever you're at, just start right here by bending and softening those knees, and start to pay attention to what is happening. Maybe you're starting to feel all those intrinsic foot muscles turn on. Maybe stretch and lengthen a little. Maybe the fascia that lines the bottom of both feet is lengthening here as well. Maybe you're starting to feel the glutes turn on, the muscles of the legs. Again, pushing into all corners of your feet. Spread your toes out so there's a little bit of space between each and every toe. And go ahead and extend those palms open. Just 3 more, just like this, slow and steady. Make sure the knees are tracking out over the ankles as opposed to knocking in towards each other. Let's give it one more for good measure. All right, now hold that knee bend. From here, go ahead, release your palms, your wrists, then roll your shoulders up. Shrug them up really high, then send them back, and then slide and glide those shoulder blades down. Kind of feel them slide into place. Then one more time, roll them up, send them back, and then slide and glide those shoulder blades down. From here, gently squeeze in your shoulder blades, but not enough to lift your chest panel. Keep that chest panel, your sternal panel, neutral and facing forward. Then let's go ahead and find the sides of the ribs. So just take your hands here and gently place them on the sides here. Just a gentle pull into those ribs from the bottom two all the way up to the top. And then you're going to slide the hands down. You're going to find some of the rest of that core. So push out here. You're going to feel those lower abs, lower obliques push out. Pull in here. Push out here. Now last but not least, you're going to locate those sits bones, deep the base of the glutes, those ischium bones. You're just going to gently nudge those in towards each other as well. This will activate the pelvic floor. So kind of be mindful here. It's more than just clenching your glutes. It's a little bit more subtle. So try to connect the dots. And remember, your pelvic floor, vital component of core, of breathing, and your spinal stability. So once you've got it, go ahead and let's take that deep lateral breath. Inhale. Let it expand. Open up, decompress, exhale. And then strong exhale. Try it again. Let your hands move with those ribs in and out. Now establish a pattern here. Just inhale. You're going to feel that ribcage open with the diaphragm, the lungs, the belly pushes forward and out. And then again, inhale. Diaphragm descends along with the pelvic floor. And then on your exhale, that diaphragm actually relaxes, but the pelvic floor tenses. One more. Inhale. Deep cleansing breath. In through the nose, then out through the mouth. And then from here, keep that established breath pattern and start to move up that kinetic chain. So moving up that skeleton here, we're going to move into shoulder systems, those pecs. Maybe press your palm back. And open up to the pectorals a little bit more, your chest muscles here. Maintaining a long spine, an active core, knees over ankles, and keep pushing your feet in the floor. Let's just do one more each side. Inhale, and exhale, and then let's breathe it up. Inhale. Urdhva Hastasana, exhale. All right, keep going. Inhale. And exhale. Lengthen that spine, push your feet in the floor, spread your toes. Keep breathing in and out. Okay, one more right here. Inhale. And then exhale. Go ahead and guide your hands out in front here. Soften your elbows. Shoulders down and back. Ribs are in. Obliques are out. Sit bones are in. Push your feet in the floor. Bend your knees out over your ankles. Lengthen that spine. And just kind of hinging back here. So finding a hip hinge. You're in Utkatasana, but not for long. So you're Utkatasana, you're fierce, or it's otherwise known as chair. Go ahead and bring it a little lower. But note, if there was any low back pain, lift up. If that back's doing okay, bring it down. Bring it down and maybe lift those arms up. Counterbalance here. Again, long spine. Don't round, don't curve that spine. Tighten pack the core. Send your glutes, your hips a little lower. Push your feet to the floor, take a breath. Inhale. And then exhale, release into a low crouch. Now pause here for a moment. Just let things relax. No stress, no tension. Trying really hard here not to hold on to any of that. Inhale. And exhale. All right. Maybe reach those hands out a little bit farther. And then from here, maybe press your heels down a little bit more. You can open up the knees and just relax a little bit further into your low crouch. Press your heels down. Feel the muscles that surround the Achilles tendons start to lengthen. And then you're going to roll that right ear over towards the right shoulder. Start to stretch into the neck musculature. Primarily stretching the SCM, the levator muscles, and then bringing it down. Remember, the neck does not like sharp, jerking movements, so go slow. Mindful mobility, folks. Keep your head in the game here. And then one more each side. Inhale. And then exhale, slow and steady. Keeping your deep lateral breath, that deep cleansing breath. And then from here, let it go. Release that gravity, stretch that neck a little bit more. Maybe you flow backwards, and then you flow forward a little bit. We're just going to do 3 of these. Inhale and exhale. Let your feet stretch. That fascia on the bottom of both feet going to release here. Come back to that 26 different separate bones in your feet, each one. All right, go ahead, lift your head, lift up in this little bit of a frog position. Shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in. And then if you can, go back to your hip hinge or find yourself in another position to get up. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in, arms out in front, lift it up, inhale, and then exhale. As you lift, make sure that you use that core, the muscle of the legs, not the back to lift. Back to your Tadasana, and then go ahead, shake that out. Release what you need to release, and then come on down here into Sukhasana, your easy pose. Now go ahead and reverse those legs, switch it out, so you find your non-dominant leg. Now starting here, palms out, you're open and ready to receive. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in. Lengthen your spine, so tight active core. Spine is stretching up, out through the top of your head. We're not going to reach that sternal panel up, we're going to keep it nice and neutral. Then inhale, and exhale, finding that deep, mindful breath. Inhale. Urdhva Hastasana, exhale to Anjali Mudra right at heart center. Now mudras are hand positions. Anjali, you're going to press the palms together, spread the fingers apart, and press them together as well. Inhale. And exhale. I want you to think about lengthening your spine a little bit more with each breath. In and out. And pause here, finding that Anjali Mudra, your thumbs are just gently resting against your sternal panel. Spread your fingers apart, press your palms together. You're going to feel activation and all of those intrinsic wrist and hand muscles. This is great for arthritis in those areas. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. All right. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and find Dandasana, our staff posture. So you can bring the palms right behind you, shoulders down and back, bend the elbows, hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in. Fingers will face forward. Try really hard not to have your fingers out here or right here in reverse. Keep them forward to load those wrists correctly. You can always fist, but find where you need to be here. Again, shoulders down and back, tighten pack the core, tighten pack the shoulders. Lift your spine and take a deep breath. I want you to feel the grounding, the centering of this particular posture. Inhale. And then exhale. And again, expand that rib cage, expand the lungs, stretch them out as much as you can. Inhale. Flex your feet, relax your knees, relax your quads. Exhale. And then slowly gonna reach up. And find a little bit of lateral spinal bending here, and then bring it down really slow. Inhale, press that palm into the mat. Bring a little bit of resistance into that upper body with that simple push of your hand into the mat. You're still flexing your feet, relaxing your knees, connecting the breath. Inhale, and exhale. All right, just two more. Inhale, and exhale. All right, one more. Inhale and exhale. All right, go ahead and shake it out. Roll your ankles out if they're feeling a little stiff. And then reestablish that Dandasana. Flex the feet, relax the knees, relax the quads, shoulders down the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, ribs in, whole glutes out, sit bones in, lengthen that spine as tall as you can. Take a deep breath. Inhale. And then exhale, reach those arms out in front. You got that Anjali Mudra still happening here. Press your palms together. You're gonna feel your biceps, your triceps light up along with the core, shoulder systems. Get those shoulder systems to turn on a little bit more by drawing the shoulders down and gently squeezing the shoulder blades together. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. All right, we're gonna find open and close. So, without twisting your hips, without twisting that torso so much, without keeping your shoulders in twists. So you're going to maintain a square box, square shoulders, square hips. Open up through the lats, and then close your book. Firmly press your palms together, and try it on the other side. Inhale, and exhale. So, yep, shoulder mobility, folks. Inhale, we're going to protect that spine by keeping the core tight and active, lengthening the spine. Don't sink. Don't round that spine. Lift it up as much as you can. Keep your feet flexing. I want you to feel the engagement in your calves, but keep those knees relaxed and the quads relaxed as well. Maybe you feel those hamstrings start to lengthen and turn on a little here. Just one more each side. Inhale. Don't twist, folks. Keep it nice and forward. Keep your box square. All right, last time right here. Inhale. And then exhale. Okay, Urdhva Hastasana, lift it up, in, and then out. All right, well done. Go ahead and shake this out, and then bring yourself into Virasana, Hero's Pose. Now remember, this is different. If this irritates your knees, go back to that Dandasana. But if you're looking for a true Hero's, you're gonna find internal hip rotation. Just kind of let your glutes sink below your heels a little. You can absolutely always grab a block or some sort of support object and sit on top of it for Virasana, or ditch it all together and go back to that Dandasana. So find where you need to be. Hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra, down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale. Now again, I'm gonna mention, if this Virasana does not do it for you, if it's hurting your knees, go back to that Dandasana, your step posture with your legs out in front. Take another breath. Inhale. And then exhale. All right. So we're going to grab hold of the strap here, T-towel, AK, whatever you're using. I'm going to fold mine in half. We're going to bring it in back first. So, shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in. Start to pull on your strap. You're going to feel those triceps. Yep, those are going to light up right away. Biceps to even the forearm muscles that support your elbows, they're going to turn on. Maybe you push the palms back, draw the shoulders down, squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit more, tighten, pack your core. Keep your spine neutral and supported, and lift. Lift. Right and back, take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, we're going to hold this for a while, a full minute. If at any point you do not like that idea, go ahead and ditch it, shake it off, and then come back. A little bit more, maybe a little bit more. Keep drawing the shoulders down. They may want to squinch up by your ears, but don't let them. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. A little bit more lift. All right, folks, we've got about 38 seconds. My little dog has decided to join us as well. It's a zoo over here, guys. It's a zoo. A little bit more. connected. Don't let anything go here. Remember, mindful mobility. Inhale and exhale. Maybe a little bit more. You're almost there. We got about 15 seconds left on this posture. Deep cleansing breaths to guide you through and help you out. Again, you can always break position here, shake it off, and come back. Almost there, just 3, just 2, and 1. All right, so maneuver out of that Virasana if you were there, or if you were in Dandasana, go ahead, stay there, and let's just shake it out a little. Loosen things up, then find your Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, lift up tall, and exhale. All right, so a lot of yin yoga is on the ground. You'll notice that it's again about centering, grounding, and finding that space for yourself and kind of connecting a little bit deeper. Take another breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to take hold of that strap one more time. We're going to open up the chest. All right, so again, you don't have to use the strap. You can just find a chest opener here if this is better, or even a cape. But if you've got the strap, you'd like to use it, go ahead, bring it up. I'm actually not going to fold mine in half now that I think about it. Here we go. A little bit tight today. Draw the shoulders down, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, and then guide, hands back, until you feel a gentle pull. Remember, we are not after pain. We're not after a lot of discomfort. This should be a gentle pull. So back off if you need to. Lift that spine tall. Do not sink. Do not crunch your spine. Lift it as tall as you can. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. A little bit more, a little bit more. Hold. All right. Again, we're going to hold this for a minute. So we're at about 55 seconds. Keep going. Lift. Breathe. That deep, expansive inhale. That strong exhale. Letting go of what you don't need. Stress, tension, anxiety. You can let it go, yeah? Even while you're stretching. Inhale. And exhale with that spine a little taller. Pack your core up a little more. Ribs in, obliques out. Sits bones in. Almost there. Again, you can always break your posture here. Shake it off and come back. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. All right, chin is forward. Gaze is forward. Your drishti point should just have about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, go ahead. Release yourself in that posture. Roll out what you need to roll out. Shake out what you need to shake out. And then we're going to go ahead and find our quadruped position. So this is always a transitory posture. So you're not going to stay here very long. Shoulders down and back, bend the elbows, hug them in. Ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Now push your palms into the mat, spread your fingers apart. Keep your breath deep, even. Inhale. And exhale. All right, from here, we're going to go ahead and find Parigasana or gate. So just maneuvering yourself kind of carefully to the side here. Move my strap out of the way here. Into that gate. Actually, move a little bit farther over here. All right. So finding your gate right here. Extend your wingspan, shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, soften the elbows, engage the biceps, triceps, the forearm muscles to support your elbow joints. Toes are forward, but you can release it a little bit out to the side if need be. Take another deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then gate or Parigasana. Go ahead and reach that left arm over for the deep stretch in that whole left lateral side. Lats, obliques. Lateral spinal bending also works as intrinsic spinal muscles. You want a little bit more core engagement. Lift the other arm up. Go a little deeper. You're nearly there. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale, maybe you're able to go a little bit deeper. Soften that right knee. Do not hyperextend it. Yep, turn your quads on this time. Support the knees, turn your hamstrings on. Turn your glutes on, your core. Keep holding, you're almost there. We got about 25 seconds, folks, left on this side. Inhale. And exhale. Keep breathing, deep, even. Go a little deeper if you can. Mindfulness. Think about what you're doing. A little bit more. Inhale. And exhale, maybe you lean this back just slightly. Core is packed up and tight for 8 seconds more. And then we'll head back to that quadruped. Just 2 and 1. Then carefully maneuvering yourself back to your quadruped. Take a moment here and find a few cat-cows. So again, shoulders down, back, bend the elbows, hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Shift your weight forward, press your palms into the mat, spread your fingers, and then start to find your Vidalasana, your cow, your spinal extension, your anterior or forward pelvic tilt, and then reverse it. You're going to find Marjariasana cat. This is posterior pelvic tilt and spinal flexion. So extremes either way here. Typically we would like to avoid extremes, especially in regards to the spine, but this particular flow is carefully designed to open up the spine, finding mobility, but also to open up that spinal cord and reducing what we call the viscosity in the spine. So letting the spinal fluid move freer. Slow and steady, inhale. Fill those lungs up, stretch them out as much as you can, then exhale. We're going to use 2 more. That pelvic tilt. Again, well, most of the time we'd like to maintain a nice neutral pelvis. In this particular flow, it's going to help you out, helping you open up that lumbar spine, that spinal cord. 1 more for good measure. Inhale. And then exhale. All right. Back to neutrality here. Take a big breath. Inhale. Exhale, down and back. Then the elbows tuck them in, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, carefully maneuvering to the other side for that Parigasana, that gate. I'm finding myself always having to adjust here. So feel free to adjust, folks. Extend your wingspan, shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, toes forward, unless you need to relax them a little. Find that grounding, that centering. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Here we go. Parigasana gate. Again, you want to engage the core, the lats a little bit more, lift up that other arm. Maybe lean it back a little bit more, tighten pack your core, hold. Breathing as deep as you can here. That deep cleansing breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe you just lean it a little bit more. Now you can always go right here if this feels better for you, or keep it in that Parigasana, that gate. Inhale. And exhale. Just a little longer. Breath is vital here. Pranayama is life. A little bit more. Inhale. And exhale. Again, you're going to lean back. Let those lats stretch. Keeping that core to support the spinal muscles as they turn on here to help you out. Just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, your drishti point, gazing point, right up at your hands. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so carefully bring yourself into Balasana, child's pose. Connect your big toes, turn your knees out, walk your hands forward as much as you can, at the same time pulling your tailbone back. Holding on to your Balasana, your child's pose. Big deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Now feel free to go a little bit deeper here. You can absolutely rest your forehead onto your mat, but try to avoid placing too much pressure or force on that cervical spine, your neck. Inhale. And exhale. A little more. Keep pressing down that tailbone as much as you can. Hold it back. Reaching your hands forward. Lengthening stretch here in the entire spine. You are in flexion here. So, if you need to, you can keep that core active to support. Inhale. And exhale, a little bit deeper. Holding the postures for longer than we normally would here. You can always rest your forehead on top of your forearms if that works better. You can hold your head up a little bit, maybe hovering the forehead above your mat to challenge the neck musculature. Keep breathing. In and out. 10, 9, 8, 7, to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really carefully lift yourself back up. If you've got a block, go ahead and use it. But again, it's totally optional. You don't have to. We're going to go ahead and find a deep lateral lunge. So back here, into that crouch position. Using the block to maybe lift yourself up, shoulders down the back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Now I like to kind of widen out left leg, and I'm going to take this other leg, the right leg, and bring it down. You can adjust the block as needed. Maybe you're like, I don't need the block, and you bring the hands down. So find where you need to be. You're going to let that heel pop up on the left side. You're going to feel a deep stretch. Hamstrings, adductors, upper inner thighs. Shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. About 50 more seconds here. Shift your weight forward. Inhale. Exhale. Now keep connection of all 5 toes here. There's a tendency to want to kind of sickle that foot. So maybe you bring that ankle and line it up with the toes. Pressing into your block or the floor. Holding on here. It's about 32 seconds, folks. Inhale. Exhale. Now if you're feeling it, maybe you lift it up and you find some balance here. If you are not feeling this, no worries. Go ahead and bring your hands down. Keep breathing. Maybe hinging without rounding and curving the spine, you go deeper. You bring this a little bit lower. Almost there for just 10. Flex that other foot, 9. Almost there. Keep breathing. All right, there it is. That's about 1 minute. Go ahead and carefully maneuver yourself out of that. There's no elegant way to get out of that posture, so don't worry about being elegant, folks. And then you're going to find that low crouch again. So maybe you kind of just do a little bit of pulsing here. Take a big deep breath. Inhale and exhale, and let's maneuver. All right, here we go. Into that low lateral lunge. Shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Flex that foot. Relax this knee, relax the quads. Let the adductors, the hamstrings, your calf stretch. Use the upper body to support here again. Shift forward. You can bring the hands down to the floor, but I want you to kind of be really mindful here of that spine. Don't round it. Keep it lengthened. If you're looking for more, lift it up and balance. Yeah, that one's a little spicy. Keep going, folks. We've got about 30 seconds here, about 35. Maybe a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to want to relax those quads so that your hamstrings and your adductors can stretch. The quads will try to interfere with this. Quads are bossy. Maybe a little bit more. Keep that breath deeper. A little bit more. All right, folks, just about 13 seconds here. Inhale and exhale. A little more. Flex your foot, spread your toes out. There it is. About a minute there, folks. Go ahead and carefully maneuver out of that one. And then I want you to bring yourself into Dandasana. Again, Dandasana in Yin Yoga is considered a transitory posture. So we're going to use it to transition. Shake it out. Then Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. And then exhale. All right. So beautifully done. We're going to move on here. So again, straps are optional. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate with one. We're going to find a posture called Krunchasana or Heron. So there's many ways that you can do this. Option A is to bring that right knee in as much as you can. Press into the right foot, spread the right toes, and then flex the left foot. Shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Before we find that Krunchasana, we're going to find something called Marichyasana, or it's a spinal twist, but it's not really a true spinal twist. It's more like a rolling action of the spine. So lift your spine up. Try to push yourself forward here. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. And then exhale. You're going to take that left arm, kind of wrap around the right leg. Don't apply a lot of torque or pressure here. Extend your right. Kind of reach the hand behind. And then simply take your gaze out over your shoulder. Marichyasana. This is a variation of sage. Maybe go a little deeper. Twist a little bit more. Maintain tight active core to support the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe you're able to reach just a little bit more, but don't find a lot of torque with that left You can bind it here as well too if that feels good. Maybe you reach that right arm around as much as you can. Or just keep the fingers tented and gently resting against the mat. Not here too long. We just got about 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Again, drishti point can go farther. Out over that shoulder. You can keep it straight forward. Your drishti point is your gazing point, where your eyes go. I'm going to keep mine forward so I can check out that timer for us. Almost there, you've got 12 seconds. Maybe a little bit deeper. You're almost there. Just 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and unwind. Shake it out, and we're going to find the other side, other direction. So start here, hug in that left knee, flex your right foot, push into your left foot. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, suspends in, lengthen. Out through the top of that head, so the spine is not going to crunch, it's not going to curve, it's going to lift. We're going to take that right arm, not applying a lot of torque, so don't apply a lot of force here. It's just very gentle, and extend the left arm right behind you, and then drishti point can go right over your shoulder. Keep breathing, inhale, and exhale. Again, you can bind here. Maybe this feels really good, helping you to open up the shoulder systems a little bit more. Maybe you stick with this. I'm going to keep my gaze forward to check our time. We've got about 40 seconds here. Keep going. Inhale. And exhale. Find that deep cleansing breath. Do not hold your breath. Let your breath move you, help you. It's your guiding force here. Inhale. And exhale, maybe a little bit deeper. Checking our time out, guys. We got about 15 seconds left here. Keep breathing. And remember, both of your sits bones are in contact with the mat. All right, here it is. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, go ahead and shake out what you need to shake out. Loosen it up. Restore, reset. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. And exhale. All right, let's find that Kunchasana. So for this one, I'm going to first show you the modification, and then I'll go ahead and show you the more traditional route. So back here, bringing that right foot in, flex the left. You can stay right here. Maybe this is good enough, and you just lift that leg a little bit off the floor. Maybe you grab your strap, loop it around, without rounding, without curving your spine. Flex your foot, relax your knees. And again, maybe your leg is barely off the floor, and this is perfectly fine. Don't force it. Don't twist yourself into knots that aren't meant for you. Work within your own framework. But maybe you come with the leg up a little bit higher, making sure that you don't crunch. You lift that spine. Don't round it, don't curve it. Maybe you lift it up a little bit more, flexing the foot. There it is. Kunchasana. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. There is a real tendency to want to really flex that spine. Don't do it. Lift it up as tall as you can. Keep flexing your foot. Again, if you want, you can bring the arms out and kind of apply a little bit of pressure leverage with your shoulder systems. This may help. Or keep it in. Lift and lengthen. No rounding, no curving of that spine. Inhale and exhale. We've got about 32 seconds, folks, right here. Keep breathing. All right. So while you guys finish that, there are other options that you can employ with that. Maybe you find the traditional Kunchasana, which is right here with that internal hip rotation. But if you're like, not today, go back here, right where you're at. Hang in there, we're almost there. We got about 8 seconds, flexing the foot. You feel that deep stretch in the calf muscles, the hamstrings, part of the adductors, the upper inner thighs. Just 8 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, go ahead and release that. Shake it out in your Dandasana. Restore, reset. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale and exhale. All right, other side. So first start here in your Marichyasana, your modified sage. Or if you need to, you can find traditional. Go ahead and find that internal hip rotation. But if that doesn't feel good, definitely don't do that. And then here we go. Maybe again, you're right here. Shoulders down, back, ribs in, obliques out, suspends in, that's fine. As as long as you can get it. As you lift and you bring those toes a little bit farther forward towards your face. Adjust your strap again. You can grab the ankle. You can even employ that yogi toe hold. You're going to take these two fingers and bring it around the toe and pull it in. Keep going. Inhale. And exhale. Long spine. Don't let it round. Don't let it curve. Again, that tendency is there. So fight that tendency. Keep your core keep your spine supported with your core. Ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. About 45 seconds, folks. Again, you can bring it out a little bit more if you need to, or keep the elbows in. Lift and lengthen. This is not an easy posture, especially if you're in the traditional posture with that internal hip rotation. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Don't let that spine round. Don't let it curve. Lift it up. Shoulders down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tight pec and core. You're almost there. Keep going. A little longer. Chasana or heron. Inhale. And exhale. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, carefully maneuvering yourself out of that posture. Shake it out, and then restore, reset. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. And exhale. Right to heart center. Okay, we're going to move into our moon salutation. Now, moon salutations, typically a little bit more gentle than your sun salutation. I've designed this particular moon salutation to open up the shoulders and the hips. So starting in quadruped, shoulders down, back, bend, elbows, hug them in, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in, shift your weight forward. Your drishti point, gazing point is straight forward. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale, and then start to tuck your toes under, flex those toes, and then, yep, we're going to go into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Relax your knees, relax your quads, press your heels down as much as you can, and then lift your glutes. You have maybe 4, maybe 3 feet between your hands and your toes, so go ahead and adjust as needed. I always find myself off my mat. I tend to work myself off my mat, so if that's you, no worries. Just go ahead and adjust. Lift a little higher, take big, deep cleansing breaths. Inhale. And exhale, bring those glutes up a little more, press the heels down again, bend the elbows, hug them in, shoulders roll down and back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, tighten, pack your core. Keep breathing here, maybe relax that head, that neck a little bit more. You can always fist this out, or you can always bring yourself into a dolphin posture as well, if this feels better. But with dolphin, make sure that you've got 2 parallel lines here. Pressing into your palms and your elbows. Or lift it back into your downward facing dog, your Adho Mukha Shavasana. We're almost there. Just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring yourself down here into a 4-point hold. Then the elbows hug them in, shoulders down back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, ribs in, obliques out, sit bones in, shift your weight forward, breathe. This is going to introduce a lot of chaos. So inhale and exhale. I'm not going to hold this one for a minute, just 10, 9, 8, 7, just 6, 5, 4, almost there, 3, 2, and 1. Take a child's pose, your balasana. Connect your big toes, hands out. This is going to be a transition pose right here, so we'll not hold this very long. Maybe you find that little bit of sway here. And again, this is a great indicator of where you could be tight, where you could be storing up tension. Maybe the low back, lats, shoulder systems. Those hip flexors are getting compressed here, so maybe you're able to let go. Just 3, just 2, and 1. And then carefully bring yourself back into that quadruped. Reestablish. Flex your toes and you're going to maneuver back into your downward facing dog. Still in our moon salutation. Press your heels down. Move your glutes. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your elbows, tuck them in. Shoulders down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Then looking at your right foot. Go ahead and allow it to lift. Again, just enough to feel the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings, the core light up and turn on. Don't bring it up super high. This will just dump into your lumbar spine. Then when you're ready, keeping that nice square box, that internal hip rotation, bring yourself into Anjaneyasana. Now, important to remember with this one, the knee lines up with the ankle. Just not push out over the toes. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Start to push into that right foot. Take a big deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Just kind of relax into your rider. Now you might feel enough of a stretch in those left hip flexors by simply pulling the left glute structure under a little bit. Maybe you need more and you lift up that left arm and tilt over to the right. Maybe that right arm comes down, maybe it reaches up. So you find where you need to be. Maybe lean it back just a little, find a little tiny bit of spinal extension, but support it, ribs in, obliques out, spoons in with that core. Inhale. Exhale. So in our moon salutation, we are not going to hold the postures for very long, not as long as we are holding them before. Just 3, 2, and 1. Carefully maneuver out of your Anjaneyasana, back into your Adho Mukha Shavasana, your downward facing dog. Press your heels down, shoulders down back, bend the elbows, tuck them in, relax the knees, lift the glutes, relax that head and neck. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale. Spread your toes. And start to lift that left leg up. Remember the knees, the toes are pointing to the ground. Just lift the leg enough to feel the muscular trunk of legs turn on. Then bring the leg through inch by inch until you find Anjaneyasana. Remember the knee directly lining up with the ankle. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, lift your spine. Drishti point is straight forward. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale. Again, maybe it's enough just to kind of pull the right glute structure under. Maybe feel a deep stretch in the hip flexors on the right side. Maybe you need to lift up the right arm and tilt it over to get at it a little bit more. Draw the shoulder down. Maybe other arm looks down, maybe it looks up. Maybe extend back. Tight active core to support your spine. Just 3, 2, let those hip flexors lengthen. That psoas, you're probably feeling it here. The psoas is one of your hip flexors. And last one. Bring it back this time, instead of that downward dog, back to your child's pose, your balasana. Hands forward, tailbone back, and find that little bit of sway, just a little bit. For 3, for 2, and 1. Then you're gonna walk your hands over to the right. This is one of my most favorite postures. So you're gonna pull into that entire lateral side, that left lateral side. You're gonna open up your lats, parts of the shoulder systems, the pecs, the QL muscles deep in the base of the spine. Inhale, and exhale. Again, we're still in our moon salutation, so postures will not be held as long, they're more transitory here. For 3, 2, and 1. And carefully walking the hands over to the left this time. Pull into that right side. All right, here we go. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Just 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now carefully maneuvering down onto your right side. We're going to find a side bridge, or this is a variant of Vashisthasana, or side plank. So start here, down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Lift your left arm up, and then your drishti point, gazing point is right at your fingertips. Flex your feet, squeeze your legs together, and lift. This is your side bridge, Vashisthasana. Of course you can stay there, or maybe you find a full-on side plank here. You can kind of bring that arm out at an angle if that feels a little bit better, but try to stack the shoulders up and open up. Again, soften the knees, but squeeze the glutes. Tighten the legs together without impacting those knee joints too much. Inhale. Exhale, you combined. Just 3, 2, and 1. Carefully maneuver over to the other side, folks. We're not wasting time. We're just going to go right to that other side. So start here. Shoulders down the back, ribs in, hold things out, spoons in. Now this is kind of akin like your sideline Vishnu, but you're upright a little bit more. Shoulders down again, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arm. Again, squeeze the legs together. Relax the knees though. Find those glutes and lift. Inhale. And exhale. Yep, you can stay there, or you can find that side plank. Knees are going to line up with your navel. Maybe you bind it. Gazing point, dristy point up to the ceiling. For 5, 4, just 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Very carefully, we're maneuvering right out of that moon salutation. Restore, reset, inhale, and exhale. Okay. From here, we're going to find cobbler's pose. Baddha Konasana. Shoulders down, duck, then elbows tucked in, ribs and obliques out, spoons in. Lift your spine, and then using the muscles of the upper inner thighs, the adductors, push your knees down towards the floor. Big deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Now kind of pull yourself forward here, and at the same time, push knees down a little bit more. Almost there. We're going to hold this one for about a minute. So we've got about 40 seconds, folks. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Push the knees down. Pull yourself forward. But as you do this, do not round. Do not cramp the spine. Don't let it collapse. Lift it up and support it. Use your shoulder systems here to help you out too, along with that core. Shoulders down. Pull the shoulder blades in. Tighten back the core. Ribs in. Obliques out. Spins in. Push a little bit farther forward. Big deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Alright. We're nearly there. We've got about 15 seconds. Holding on to your posture. Going deeper. Allowing the muscle tissue to stretch and extend. Getting past that myotatic stretch reflex. Now that myotatic stretch reflex is basically a protective mechanism the muscles employ when you first start stretching. That's why it's important to kind of maintain your static stretches for more than 30 seconds. All right, just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release out of your Baddha Konasana, shake it off. Restore, reset, inhale, and exhale. All right, from here, we are going to find pigeon. Now, apologies if you already know that you hate pigeon. It's kind of a tough one for a lot of us. For me, it's very hard. So you can use your block or your support object here to help you out, but we're going to find that Anjaneyasana. So take that right foot out in front, shoulders down the back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in, Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, and exhale. All right, carefully maneuvering down here. Maybe you take that foot, squinch it over to the left, and then bring yourself down here. Flexing that right foot. Try to find a 45-degree angle, knee across from the ankle, the heel. But again, that's not a hard and fast rule. If that doesn't work for you, go ahead and adjust it. You can take the block, place it right underneath the glutes here, or the thighs. And you can stay right here, flexing your foot, finding your pigeon here. If pigeon is kind of easy for you, go ahead, ditch your block. Bring your hands all the way out in front of you, your head to the floor, and just kind of flatten yourself in that pigeon. But if you're like me, pigeon is not easy for you. Go ahead, find where you need to be, shoulders down the back, ribs and obliques out, sits bones in. Settle down into your Kapotasana, your pigeon. Make sure that you're not leaning off to the side here. You want to make sure that you have those hips square again, your square box. Square shoulders, square hips. Again, you can always go down here on the elbows. You can always adjust this in. Find a little bit more knee flexion here if that helps. So you gotta work with this. Make it work for your own framework. And hold. We're here for a little while, folks. This is getting into your abductors, your deep external rotators, the deep six muscles, the glutes. Among your deep six muscles, the piriformis, very tight and grumpy on most of us. Again, shift your weight so that you have your hips square. Shoulders are square. You're not leaning off to the side. Maybe, if you can, you extend a little bit further, but if that doesn't feel good, for me today that doesn't feel good. So I'm going to keep it right up here. And just let it lengthen. Inhale and exhale. Again, some of you may find pigeon not so bad. The rest of us, this is a bit of a struggle. So give yourself a little bit of grace here. Acknowledge that struggle. It's okay. We all struggle. This is where you're going to find that strength. Inhale and exhale. 10, 9, almost there. 8, 7, just 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okie dokie. So carefully maneuver yourself out of your Kapotasana, your pigeon. Shake it off. Take a breath. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale and exhale. All right. We're going to go to the other side. So again, your block, your support object can be really helpful here for you. So keep it nearby. We're going to find Anjaneyasana this time. Left foot out in front, shoulders down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. And then carefully guiding yourself down, switch that foot over to the edge of your mat. And then guide yourself into your pigeon. Flex your foot. Again, you can find a little bit more knee flexion here. There's no real hard and fast rule on this one. So go ahead and find it. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Again, take the block. You can lift yourself up. This may be what really helps you out right now. Or if you don't need the block, go ahead, ditch it. You can find that 45-degree angle, but if you need to, go ahead and get rid of that angle. You're still going to stretch the abductors. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. The side a little tighter, so I'm going to actually stay up. Square your box. Remember, you're not going to be leaning off to the side. Square your hips. Shoulders down and back. Ribs in, obliques out, sits bones in. Holding that pigeon. Breathing deep. Cleansing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now, if you're really familiar with pigeon, you can move into the king pigeon, the Raja, which is to just grab your heel and bring it in. That's an option. So if you'd like to explore that, go for it. And if you're with me, just kind of stay here with me. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Again, the abductors. Deep external rotators. Glutes. Deep six. Piriformis, which is part of the deep six group. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. You can extend this down. You can bring your chest towards the floor. Open up your arms, extend them, or stand with me. So find what's going to work for you in your framework. Try to relax that right hip structure, especially the hip flexors. There's a tendency to really want to tighten up in that area in this one, but relax it. I'm talking about this area right here. Go ahead and relax it. You just have 10, 9, 8, just 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's maneuver out of that pigeon. Shake it off, loosen it up, then inhale. Urdhva Hastasana, exhale. Okay, we're going to move into a hip flexor release. Y'all are going to like this one, I promise. So you can use a block or you can use a pillow or kind of a thick cushion that has a little bit of firmness to it. So bring yourself down here, and we're going to take a quick restorative bridge flow before we find the hip flexor release. Down and back, ribs in, obliques out, so bones in. Feet are facing forward, just hip width apart. And go ahead and lift your hips up to the ceiling. Again, knees are not knocking in, right out over the ankles. Push into your feet. All corners of the feet, spread the toes. Use the floor as leverage. Maybe hands come down, maybe. You open up the chest and you lift. Pain in the knees, bring the feet farther away from the glutes. If you want a little bit more quads, bring the heels in closer. Lift up, tug your heels in. Give the hamstrings to turn on, lift. If this starts to hurt your back, ditch it all together. And then bring your knees to your chest in the supine position, so on your back. That'll help you to release the SI joints. Keep going. Just 10, 9, 8, almost there, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, before you come all the way down, take your block, your cushion, whatever you're using, and bring it right underneath the sacrum. Extend your legs out. Option to bring the arms out to the side. Option to find a goalpost. All right, the beauty of this particular position, yep, it is releasing your hip flexors, but it's also releasing the low back, the lumbar spine. Those SI joints, you feel a little bit of shifting there. Back your hips, that's the SI joints. Let it release. Do not hold on to stress, tension, ignore that beat. It likes to randomly interrupt us. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to hold this posture for a good 2 minutes. So, if you feel like, yeah, I don't really want to do that, you can absolutely break your form, shake it off, and come back to it. But do try to hold it here as much as you can. Deepening, evening out the breath. No stress, no tension, don't hold on to it. So we've got about a minute and 20 seconds here. Inhale. And exhale. A little bit more. A little bit deeper. It's mindful mobility, so remember, pay attention to what you're doing here. And listen to your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe you lift those arms up a little bit more. Deeper stretch in the head flexors, deeper relaxation, releasing the SI joints, the lumbar spine, the low back. Hold it on. Okay, folks, we're nearly there. Inhale. And exhale. Just let it go, relaxing a little bit deeper. Try not to tense your core here. I want you to relax everything. You don't always have to keep your core hypertonic or on all the time. Sometimes you want to relax it, and this is one of those times. Almost there. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, being really careful. Bringing your left foot, your right. Now turn on your core. Remove the block, and then we're going to find the opposite to that. We're going to hug the knees in into Apanasana, flex your feet, and rock yourself side to side. This is a great SI joint release. Also, this is an awesome sciatic nerve release. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Just 3, just 2, and 1. All right, folks, final relaxation. So maneuver where you need to be. Maybe you're in the fan favorite, your Shavasana. Maybe you roll to the right side. Maybe you roll to the left. Maybe you bring yourself into child's pose. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this timer here so it doesn't meet in the middle. All right, so find a posture that's going to work for you, where you can fully and deeply allow yourself to relax. Maybe you're with me in Sukhasana, wherever you need to be. Shoulders down and back. Go ahead and allow that core to kind of relax here and keep your spine nice and upright. Option to close your eyes, but remember, that is always optional. You can keep your eyes open and just soften and unfocus your gaze. Inhale. And exhale. Allow yourself to bring your gaze inward. Allow yourself to go deeper. Start to listen to your breath. How does it sound? How does watch out for is if your breath is fast and shallow. Deepen your breath, slow it down. Inhale. And exhale. Deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you are familiar with the Ujjayi breath, which is in and out through the nostrils with the mouth closed, go ahead and find it, employ it. It's a great meditative breath. But if you're not, no worries. Just stay with that deep cleansing breath. Inhale. And exhale. Go a little deeper. Invite in calm. Invite in peace, stillness. It may help to visualize all those spinning thoughts, those worries, those concerns. Just push them away. Just kind of let the air swirl them away from you. Same thing, visualize pushing away that frantic, frenetic pace of the world. Let the air swirl away, leaving calm behind. Inhale. And exhale. Go a little deeper. Remember, it is okay to struggle. We talk about this a lot, but it's important to remember. Give yourself grace. Allow yourself to struggle. This is where you will find strength. You will find resiliency here. Inhale. And exhale. Go a little deeper. Again, it may help to visualize Ajna, the third eye. This is your pineal gland, deep in the center of your brain. Maybe start to visualize light starting to emanate and surround that Ajna, your third eye. Then you allow it to spill out, surround you, envelop you, and that light glows and pulses. Calm, peaceful, still light. Inhale. And exhale, allow yourself to go deeper. Maybe it's time to seek out stress, tension, anxiety. We tend to hold these things in our bodies, in our tissues. So with your inhale, seek it out, loosen it up. Exhale, release it, send it away from you, wherever it is. Maybe it's in your facial muscles. Can you actively smooth the facial muscles? Unsquinch your eyes, relax your jaw. Maybe it's somewhere else. Maybe it's shoulders, hips, quads, even the toes, the fingers. Wherever that stress, that tension is. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Let your breath slow a little more. Go a little deeper. In addition to that stress, that tension, that anxiety, maybe you are ready to let go of other things that hold you back, that dam you up. Maybe self-defeatism, negative self-talk, self-doubt, anger, fear, resentment. Whatever it is, you don't need it. It doesn't serve you. Inhale. Loosen up. Exhale. Send it away from you. Do not hold on to those things that do not serve you. And then maybe you start to remember who you are. You are strong. You are beautiful, of worth, of value, bright and brave. You are all of these things and so much more. Breathe that knowledge in. Inhale. And exhale, continue to let go of what you don't need. With all that newly created space, start to fill yourself up with what you do need. Light, love, gratitude, joy. These things surround us all. Even now, they're there. They can be hard to see. But it may help to tap into it by thinking about what brings you light, love, gratitude, and joy. Maybe it's your friends, your family, your hobbies, your work, the pets, the animals in your life, whatever it is. Inhale here, inhale. Then exhale. Release what you don't need, what doesn't serve you. Remember, we are powerful. Our power resides in our ability to choose what we do, what we hold close, and what we nurture. Inhale. Exhale. The next few moments are yours. Quiet breath. I invite you to stay right where you're at until you feel like you are. Again, if you're ready, go ahead and join me for ceiling breaths. You can find Virasana or any posture that keeps you a little bit lower to the ground here. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, all that you need. Light, love, gratitude, joy, gather it up, and then bring it right to your heart. Again, inhale, and exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And allow yourself to pause for one more moment to allow your eyes to close. One more breath. Inhale. As deep as you can. Exhale. Namaste. Namaste means the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for joining me today on this absolutely gorgeous Monday evening. Make sure that you keep reaching out to those around you. I know that we're physically apart, but let's not keep people away from us. Let's reach out as much as we can, loving on each other, making sure that everyone's okay. Thank you for joining me. My name is Char. Again, comments, questions, please let us know in the comment section. Namaste. Thank you.